Mastering video game boom arm imports. Hello, and welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we will explore the process of importing video game streaming boom arms with shock mounts into the USA. Importing such products requires compliance with U.S. Customs and Border Protection (CBP) regulations, ensuring product safety and adherence to relevant standards. Let's dive in and discuss the key considerations when importing video game streaming boom arms with shock mounts. Research legal and regulatory requirements. Before importing video game streaming boom arms with shock mounts into the USA, conduct thorough research on the legal and regulatory requirements. Familiarize yourself with product-specific standards, certifications, labeling requirements, and any restrictions imposed by federal or state authorities. Product classification and HS codes. Identify the correct product classification for video game streaming boom arms with shock mounts based on their composition and purpose. Assign the appropriate Harmonized System (HS) codes to ensure accurate customs classification and smooth import processing. Compliance with safety standards. Ensure that the video game streaming boom arms with shock mounts meet all applicable safety standards, including material composition, load-bearing capacity, electrical safety, and any relevant industry regulations. Conduct product testing, obtain any necessary certifications, and comply with relevant safety standards. Obtain import licenses or permits. Determine if any import licenses or permits are required for importing video game streaming boom arms with shock mounts. Check with relevant regulatory agencies to confirm whether specific documentation or registrations are necessary for these types of products. Customs valuation. Accurately determine the customs value of the video game streaming boom arms with shock mounts, considering factors such as the purchase price, freight charges, and any additional costs incurred in the importing process. Ensure compliance with CBP regulations when determining the proper customs valuation. Import duties and taxes. Research the import duties and taxes associated with video game streaming boom arms with shock mounts. Determine the applicable tariff rates and any preferential trade agreements or tariff classifications that may apply to reduce or eliminate duty costs. ISF filing. Submit the Importer Security Filing (ISF) accurately and in a timely manner. Include all necessary information related to the video game streaming boom arms with shock mounts, such as the product description, quantity, value, manufacturer details, and country of origin. Adhere to packaging and labeling requirements. Ensure that the packaging and labeling of the video game streaming boom arms with shock mounts comply with relevant regulations. Follow the guidelines for product labeling, including safety warnings, usage instructions, and any mandated symbols or icons. Proper documentation. Maintain all required documentation, including invoices, bills of lading, packing lists, safety certifications, and any required test reports for the video game streaming boom arms with shock mounts. Retain these documents for the appropriate period specified by CBP. Collaborate with customs brokers. Collaborate closely with experienced customs brokers who have expertise in importing video game streaming boom arms with shock mounts. Utilize their knowledge to navigate customs regulations, ensure accurate documentation, and facilitate smooth customs clearance. Container loading and transportation. Coordinate with freight forwarders and shipping agents to arrange container loading and transportation of the video game streaming boom arms with shock mounts. Consider factors such as proper packaging, secure loading, and compliance with shipping regulations to protect the integrity of the products during transit. Compliance audits and self-assessments. Conduct regular compliance audits and self-assessments to identify any potential non-compliance issues and address them promptly. Routinely review import processes, documentation, and safety measures to ensure ongoing adherence to regulations. Continuous education and training. Stay updated on changes in relevant regulations, safety standards, and import requirements for video game streaming boom arms with shock mounts through continuous education and training. Train employees involved in the import process to ensure compliance with changing regulatory obligations. Intellectual property rights, IPR, protection. Ensure that the branding, labeling, and packaging used for the video game streaming boom arms with shock mounts do not infringe upon trademarks or engage in intellectual property rights violations. Protect your own intellectual property and respect the rights of others during the importation process. Quality control and inspection. Implement rigorous quality control measures, including product inspections, to ensure that the video game streaming boom arms with shock mounts meet the specified safety standards and quality requirements. This helps identify and address any potential product defects or issues before importation. Product liability insurance. Consider obtaining product liability insurance to protect your business against any potential claims related to the video game streaming boom arms with shock mounts. Consult with insurance providers to find the most suitable coverage for your specific import needs. Establishment of supply chain traceability. Maintain proper supply chain traceability for the video game streaming boom arms with shock mounts. Keep thorough records of suppliers, manufacturing processes, and distribution channels to easily identify and address any potential issues or recalls. Continuous improvement. Strive for continuous improvement in the importation of video game streaming boom arms with shock mounts. Regularly review processes, enhance risk management strategies, and adapt to evolving regulatory requirements to maintain compliance and optimize efficiency. Collaboration with CBP and regulatory authorities. Maintain open lines of communication with CBP and relevant regulatory authorities involved in the importation of video game streaming boom arms with shock mounts. Collaborate with them to seek clarification on regulations, address inquiries promptly, and ensure compliance throughout the import process. Thank you for watching this video on importing video game streaming boom arms with shock mounts into the USA. It is essential to navigate the legal and regulatory requirements, comply with safety standards, and ensure accurate documentation throughout the import process. By following these key considerations, importers can successfully navigate the importation of these products. Remember to subscribe to our channel for more informative content on customs brokerage and international trade. Stay tuned for our upcoming videos. Until then, take care, and happy importing.